Hey guys, I have a sunbeam apparently right above my head, and I don't know what to do about it. So I could do this. This seems really annoying. I'm also working on my thumbnails, so it's not just like a picture of me smiling every single shot. So featured in today's thumbnail, shout out to my granny. Hi, Granny. Thanks for making me excellent blankets that are cozy yet practical. Had this thing for like 11 years. Yeah, so thanks, Greg. It's always in my background. If I'm in my living room, you can kind of see it messy and tossed to the side. So today I wanted to talk about Overwhelm. I just, and apparently having a short attention span, I just found some of my child's Lego scattered in the living room. I will put that away. So I have this habit. It's not a habit, it happens sometimes, where I make these really great plans and I'm like, man, those are good plans. I'm like feeling those plans. It's gonna be a good week. I like have my head on straight. I have like my to-do list navigated down to the minute and it looks great. And then I go for it and it goes really well for a few days at least, like 4 days. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on it. I'm like getting lots of work done. I'm on fire. And then something happens where I just get totally derailed and my precarious stack of work plans, which is usually a lot. I usually overschedule myself because I'm like, oh, there's so much to do. There's places to be and things to accomplish. But if a piece falls off or something changes, it's like the whole structure. It's like a terrible Jenga scenario. So then what ends up happening is I spend the next few days in this state of, well, I'm on day 3 of this like overwhelmed situation, and it's amounted to a lot of research, sometimes on random scattered things. So, for example, today I was like, just before actually, I was like, you know what? I should sit down and do a video before I lose the daylight and actually do something useful with my day. So, this is my use of the day. But I was researching Saskatchewan bands, like prominent artists like, Def 3 and the Sheepdogs, and there's a bunch of others like Raw Raw, Library Voices. Anyway, so I was reading about like, okay, what did they do? Like, how did they like gain momentum or gain success? And a lot of them haven't, like, they're older bands that are either like defunct now or like they were way more active like a decade ago. And I was having a hard time finding like active bands in the moment. But anyway, I digress. This was like a random internet rabbit hole that does have like the larger context of, okay, I'm doing research, I'm trying to learn about, being a musician in Saskatchewan. But what ended up happening that derailed my plans totally is the thought about my future. So I've been spending a lot of time this week studying music marketing. I have like a big stack of books, some like not literally because most of them are digitally, but the metaphorical stack. I don't know. That's probably wrong. Someone with an English background is like tisk-tisking me right now. But so stack of books, marketing books, and I'm realizing that 2021 for me is a total black hole. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't know what I'm going to do with music. I don't know if I'm going to be being a musician based out of Regina, Saskatchewan, or if I'm going to move on somewhere else. And then coordinating all that with Michael, and it's a whole thing. So I started doing quite a bit of brainstorming, to the extent that I'm about halfway through a book called Decisive by Chip and Dan Heath, because it's all about making good decisions and not just using the pro and cons list thing, which a friend of mine alerted me to the fact that the pro and con list is very limited. And I was so proud of my pro con list. I was like, look at this. I have so many scenarios and these tiny little pro con lists. But apparently that's it's like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to making really important life decisions. So all this to say, I had this like lovely plan to study music marketing and do other things, like other work related things as well. And then it got totally derailed because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, and I started panicking. So that's where I've been at. But the overwhelm thing, the title of this video is more like, I don't know if you guys get this, but if I get the Jenga thing, like the final Jenga piece at the top that topples the whole structure, I end up doing things that like it's very recognizable behavior pattern. So like random internet rabbit holes, or like napping in the middle of the day for too long. So like today, I wasn't even tired. I had a 2-hour nap and I woke up feeling like I woke up like on a new planet or something. You ever have that? Like, I don't really like naps in the day a lot of the time. Every time I do it, I just wake up and I'm like so disoriented. And I don't know, and then I feel groggy for like half an hour. So inappropriate naps that aren't necessary are definitely a symptom of overwhelm and having too many blocks stacked. So um, at this point, I feel like I just need to, I don't know. Yeah, I know Steven is commenting. I also feel like crap when I do that, so I don't know why I do that. So, and I can be wrong on my own channel, and I challenge you guys to keep me real. Keep me real. It's very important to me that you guys keep me real. But yeah, so overwhelm is a thing. I don't know if I'm like some people don't. I don't know. I look at people like my mom, and she's just like so hardcore all the time, and I'm like, woman, do you never like? You're always like so together. And I don't know, maybe it's a function of like having to be together. Because if you are working 50 or 60 hours a week and you have to show up and people are expecting you there, I mean, I work 50 hours a week too on a good week, and it's just different because I don't go to, well, she doesn't go to an office right now either because of COVID, but I don't have like somewhere to be. I work for myself, so maybe that's like part of the reason that my Jenga tower gets toppled more easily because I can give myself permission to, and maybe that's part of the problem right there. But I want to finish by saying sometimes the best laid plans should change. So again, this week I had really good plans and I was executing them very well. I was happy, life was good, and then it all toppled. But I think it's because I uncovered a deeper issue. So if I'm to actually get anywhere in my music marketing studies, then I need to have a clear sense of what the future entails. So it was like by doing this, I committed to something like 20 hours of research on it this week. So I got about halfway through and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's like there's another layer. So it's like I need to get to the bottom layer. Even if I don't figure out what's going on for 2021, I feel like I need some options, just something to imagine so that I'm not just moving forward into the darkness, which is what it feels like right now. And there's only so much that I can do because COVID is a thing, and no matter what kind of lovely plans I make or options that I have, I don't know what it's going to be like in 2021. I mean, I'm really hopeful that by summer 2021, the world is like mostly sort of normal, sort of like even if we're like wearing masks forever or whatever. Being a musician it's a weird time to be a musician, right? Because I can't just go tour or I can't just go play a bunch of shows. So yeah, so that's kind of, that's kind of where I'm at. I needed to get the ground level thing figured out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this book, Decisive, by Chip and Dan Heath, and I'm going to come up with like a few good options that seem solid that I can just kind of keep in my head. Even if they change, it gives me something to anchor the rest of my learning and research and study with. So it's like, okay, well, I'm reading through the lens of not having my future be a black hole. I'm reading through the lens of having, I don't know, like a few outcomes that kind of make sense to me. So we'll see where that lands. That's where I'm at. It's kind of interesting doing daily videos because there's a lot of grand topics that I could talk about, I guess, and maybe I will. But then there's also like the day-to-day minutiae. Did I pronounce that right? This is for those of you who watch from my Piano TV channel. Pronouncing things is a problem for me. I read words, but I don't speak them in conversation. So minutiae is a word that I don't recall speaking in conversation. So correct me if I'm wrong. This is where you got to check me, guys. But yeah, let me know in the comments, like if this is something that happens to you. This like overwhelm experience, or if it does, like how does it manifest in my life, in your life? Like I'd love to know. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I'm just curious. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.